Hello guys, welcome back here with a new video, and today we're looking at how Spurs could replace Harry Kane if he does leave the club. The rumour for Kane leaving Spurs hit overdrive after an Instagram live with Jamie Redknapp, where he said that if he doesn't feel Tottenham are progressing as a club and that they've become pretty stagnant and standing still, he would look for a move away to try and win trophies. Now, has Harry Kane done this to try and force a move away already? I don't think so. I think he's done this to try and force Daniel Levy's hand into the market, maybe to spend a little bit of money and make Spurs a better club for it. But it's Daniel Levy, so let's assume that he doesn't take Kane's request seriously and that he ends up selling Kane. How would they replace Kane? How would Spurs replace him? They struggled to replace Bale and they spent a lot of money trying to do that. We're going to take a look here at who they might sign. Now, I'm taking all of these transfer fees off of a website called transfermarkt.com. Now, they've got Harry Kane listed at £108 million, so that's how much I'm going to be looking at spending. First of all, regardless of whether Spurs actually sell Harry Kane or not, I feel like this signing, or a signing of this quality calibre, needs to happen, and it's a backup striker. Probably the reason Kane picks up so many injuries is because of the amount of football that he plays, and he's brought back too early. So I'm going to take a look at an English club via Turkey. What does that mean? Well, it's Alexander Sorloth, who's on the books at Crystal Palace, but this season he's on loan at Trabzonspor. He's a versatile striker that could play on either wing, but he is a striker. Now, that would offer something different from Lucas and Son, who are wingers that can play as a striker or maybe as the man in behind. Sorloth, considered a bit of a flop at Palace. He only played 12 games for Palace, playing 90 minutes on only 4 occasions, and I believe Chelsea and United were 2 of the 4 that he played 90 minutes against. So, was he given a fair shot in the league? Maybe not. But since his loan move, he showed just what Crystal Palace are missing, making 26 appearances in the league. That's 100% of their matches, playing 97% of those minutes. He has scored 19 goals, picking up 6 assists. That's 25 goal involvements in 26 games, contributing to 46% of Trabzonspor's league goals. At only 24, he could still do a job, especially as a backup striker coming off the bench to pitch in with a few goals here and there. Now, Transfermarkt have him valued at about 11.7 million. And that is a bit of a steal, and it doesn't take too much of a chunk of our budget, leaving us with 96.3%. Now, would Crystal Palace sell him? Probably. Would they sell him for this much? Again, probably. Like I say, he was considered a flop, and I feel like they know that he's not going to go to another Premier League side, especially of Tottenham's quality, and be a starter week in, week out, and then come back and bite them. Like, it's not like they're selling to Norwich, they're selling to Spurs, so it's going to be less of a problem. I feel like 11.7, leaving us with 96.3 million, is a good place to start. Okay, now this second signing could technically be the first signing, and it is the actual replacement of Harry Kane. Now, trying to replace Harry Kane is no easy task, and there's a very few select strikers in the world that are on a par or better than Harry Kane. But there's a 24-year-old in Germany ripping up the Bundesliga, and with a reported buyout clause of just 60 million, and Transfermarkt having him valued at 57.6 million. It's Timo Werner. I'm not going to spend too long talking about this man, but he's an absolute striker with the same sort of numbers to Kane, but Kane being 2 years his senior. And Kane has, his injury list is a little bit longer than Timo Werner's. The German international this season has 28 goal involvement, scoring 21, notching 7 assists in the league. In all competitions, he has made 36 appearances with a total of 39, yes, 39 goal involvement. Compared that to Harry Kane of 25 appearances in all competitions, not just the league. This is all competitions, 25 games. He has only got 19 goal involvements, only 2 of them being assists, which shows that Werner, not only a world-class striker, will pitch in to help out another player. And it goes back to Harry Kane. Should he have squared it to Sterling in the World Cup? We all know he should have done. Now, with Transfermarkt having him down at 56.6 million and the release clause of 60, I think the release clause is cheap, and it still leaves 36.3 million in the budget. So let's look at one last player that I would bring in with the remainder of the money. Now, with the remainder of the money and looking at Spurs' squad, they've got some good wingers. We've sorted out the striker problem. The Spurs midfield is pretty stacked with talent, and Hugo Lloris probably has a couple more years left. So, strengthening the side for me, you have to look at the back of Spurs, the defensive side of it. Their centre-backs, they're ageing. You've got Vertonghen, who's 32, and his contract is expiring at the end of the season. And Toby Alderweireld, although just signed a new contract, he is 31 years of age. Spurs' only recognised centre-back that would start on a regular basis is Sanchez. Now, I don't feel like Spurs can compete on all fronts with just these as their centre-backs. Now, where would I go? I would stay in the Premier League. The reason I would stay in the Premier League is because you want a centre-back that knows the Premier League. Okay? And for me, it would be Soyuncu from Leicester. Transfermarkt have him valued at 28.8 million. I would spend the whole rest of the budget on this man. The 36.6 was it, I think we had left. I'd use all that. Leicester brought him in as a relatively unknown player. He come in from Germany as well, just like Timo Werner before him. He played for Freiburg, and they brought him in for, I believe it was just under 20 million, around the £18 mark. The £18 million mark. He's shown that he's a top quality centre-back, and that he has good awareness, good tackling. He's got quite decent pace to help him get back, but not only that, he's actually very good on the ball, and I feel like he would have no problem slotting into that Spurs side to help out and give them a better spine and a good spine. And there you have it. How well did I spend the Kane money? Do you think the signings would work that I said I would make? Would you have signed different players? Let me know in the comments down below. If you did like this video, please hit the like button. If you also want to see more from me, hit the subscribe button. If you really want to help me out, tell a friend. Thanks for watching.